Hi everyone, I'm Nina Bosky and welcome to LifeBites Live, where entertainment meets life. This week we explore what it takes to make it in Hollywood with Marta Tracy, mega media expert and author of the book Starring You. To borrow a phrase from our cousins on Broadway, if you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere. And we'll have some fun with the creators and cast of Accomplice Hollywood, which is a play which uses Hollywood stereotypes to solve a crime. So let's get this show on the road. Let's say hello to our very own chat chick, Julia Price. Great to have you here.
Great to be here. Despite the rain, it's nice and warm in the studio. And remember, we stream live on justin.tv. You can go ahead and sign up for your screen name. It's free and it's fun, and you can do it super quickly and join our conversation there. You can also, if you're on the emPOWERme.tv's main page, click on live videos, and you'll see the chat box on the lower right corner. And if you're sending friends, which we would love for you to send friends, it's a big party, invite as many people as you want, you can send them to emPOWERme.tv/live and join the conversation there.
Well, thanks, Julia. So during the week, we asked people the question, what does it take to make it in Hollywood? Here's what you had to say.
What do I think it takes to make it in Hollywood? Well, for one, the right doctor, the right agent.
I think a certain element of timing, success, luck, and perhaps persistence.
The right masseuse, the right healer.
A lot of perseverance, hard work, and a great personality.
Looks, patience, and prepare yourself for a lot of work.
Baffle them with bullshit.
And it also takes a lot of guts.
The right nutritionist, and a really nice sense of self.
Well, that's lots of clear and bold opinions in making it here in La La Land. And Julia, what do you think?
Oh, I love that. That's so West Coast thinking. I think that in order to make it in Hollywood, you have to think unconventionally and outside of the box. You can't just sit in your room and wait for agents and managers to somehow, show up at your front door and say, hey, I have this great part for you. You have to go out and create work and create jobs and network like crazy.
I think it takes a lot of passion and drive and guts to put yourself out there day after day. And there has to be an inner belief in yourself, even when the outside world may not be validating it yet. Well, when we come back, we'll get some tips about how you can be a star from author and media expert Marta Tracy, the former E! and Style Network, one of the executives that brought you the true E! Hollywood story, and Elizabeth Hasselbeck's Dress for Less. First, here's a quote from one of my favorites, Johnny Depp. "It's good to experience Hollywood in short bursts, I guess, little snippets. I don't think I can handle being there all the time. It's pretty nutty." If you're just joining us, this is LifeBites Live, and I'm Nina Bosky. With me is Marta Tracy, a television and media strategist who works with TV and media companies as a specialist in talent and development. Her strong belief is that all great content starts with great talent. And as an executive producer, she creates content on TV across multiple media platforms. She is the co-author of the book Starring You, The Insider's Guide to Using Television and Media to Launch Your Brand, Your Business, and Your Life. How fun to have you here.
Great to be here, Nina. Thank you for having me.
This is going to be a fun show because there are a lot of people out there that want to be in front of the camera, whether you're an actor, you are a media expert, a TV host, and you know something, just a little something about...
Yes, we're definitely going to be talking about a couple of tips that I learned along the way, and I'm all into sharing them today.
Well, this will be good because you do know a lot about style and entertainment. So what do you think it takes to make it in Hollywood?
Well, I like to refer to it as the 3 Ps. And the first thing is passion. Passion really is the driver and what separates you from everyone else out there. And with passion comes a certain energy. And I'd like to think of it as like when you're following your passion, it's like you're a piece of grass growing through concrete. So the first part is to find your passion, and we can talk about that a little bit later. Some people know it right away, and other people have to work on it over time, or reinvent their passion. And then next, to be persistent and to have perseverance. I work with I mentor a lot of kids coming out of college studying communications, and they get discouraged so fast. The numbers and statistics of them, getting a job in Hollywood behind the scenes or on camera are extremely, it's a tough, very tough business, and they give up before they even start. So, having the passion and being persistent and consistent and showing up, continue to show up, and don't let anybody talk you out of your dream. Have a dream and go for it.
Exactly.
That continues on in the chat room. Mystery Chick 3000 says, simply but very strongly, to never give up. So that goes along with exactly what you're saying. But my question is kind of, I guess there's so many people that are trying. What is different about the people that actually do make it?
Well, I've been behind the scenes for, I say 20 years. It's actually a lot longer than that. But so my eyes and my ears are trained to find people, and many of the people in development, in television, the executives, the producers, the talent executives, they are trained from watching so many reels and so many pieces of tape. You can see when somebody pops. And what they're looking for is energy, personality, vitality, passion, and someone who can clearly and precisely state who they are in this world, and not someone who wants to be everything. That's probably one of the keys.
So Marta, how does somebody prepare themselves in mind and technique to really get in front of the camera?
Well, it depends. There's a lot of different cameras, as you know, in this town, all over the world. My specialty is really for authors and experts, hosts, talent, correspondents. And the first thing is to know yourself, know your brand, and be able to clearly, concisely articulate who you are. You can easily be the jack of all trades and the master of none. So know your niche. For example, if you want to be a reporter, what type of reporter do you want to be? Do you want to do entertainment? Do you want to do news? Do you want to do sports? But find your niche and follow that, because when you try to do everything, you present yourself as a ball of confusion, and you're not going to get the attention of the casting directors or the talent bookers or producers who are looking for talent.
Now, you essentially started the Style Network. This woman is Miss Style. I mean, she really knows what it takes. And a lot of Hollywood deals with the outer beauty. Where does inner beauty come into play?
Well, inner beauty, I think, is what really rocks you, and that, to me, is someone that's found their passion, and they know who they are, and they're going to go after it. There's nothing more beautiful than a young man, woman, and a woman, anyone, any age, that knows who they are, that has a dream and goes after it. And this is certainly the town of dreams. And my best advice is to keep on dreaming, look for inspiration every day, but also to, again, never give up. If you can't get in this way, try a different approach. Just don't take no for an answer. Maybe one day you have to take a little break or rest, and then come back. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep showing up.
That sounds like me. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. So, what are the top 3 tips that you can give somebody to help them get ready for media, and what they can get from the book starring you?
Well, first of all, we talked about this behind the cameras as well. Again, there's so many people who want to do so many things. So pick one thing that you love and focus on that first, knowing who you are, and then being able to communicate that across the different platforms consistently and precisely. You can't be one person on your website, another person on Facebook, another person on LinkedIn, and now, of course, Pinterest. By the way, I'm a Pinterest addict. But so once you know who you are, it's important that you communicate the exact same message across the different platforms.
So finish this sentence for me. If you have this blank, you can make it in Hollywood.
Passion, personality, and a network of great people. You know, I have, we all have MacBooks out there, and I like to think of every contact that you meet as a piece of gold. It's something to be really treasured. And when you meet someone, follow up, hold on to the contact, put it in your MacBook, in your address book, and hold on to it, and continue to have a dialogue with them over time. And also to remember that this is a business of give and take. And, if someone's helping you, try to help them back. That will make them more likely to help you in the future. So a lot of the work that I do, especially in booking my clients on national and local television shows, I am always helping producers with different ideas, contacts that they would like to make, or helping them find jobs, or helping people that they know, so that when I call them to pitch my clients, they're more likely to take a good look at my pitch to see if there's a fit. So it really is a reciprocal, you can't just take, it's really about taking, asking, and also giving.
That's a great concept, especially here in Hollywood. Just as a last saying, a quote that comes from you, it says, "Never beg for love, money, or a television show." What do you mean by that?
Well, no one really likes surprises in this industry, and no one likes to be hounded or hunted down. So there's a balance between being passionate, expressing your energy and your enthusiasm, and being a pain in the butt there. So I always advise, at least when I try to do my work, I try to take a professional and a graceful approach, and to ask my contacts, gracefully, after I do a lot of work, by the way, research, and present myself clearly and precisely, but to just ask with grace. And don't be a hound, which can be annoying. And sometimes you have to ask directly, is this a yes, is it a no? Is there a possibility? Can I come back another time? But to always try to be graceful and have a certain amount of style about you.
Well, Marta Tracy, I want to thank you so much for being on the show today and giving us a little insight into Hollywood, and also the fact that, you can be gracious and it can be a give and take. Hollywood doesn't have to be just the land of plastic. So if you'd like to go to check out Marta just a little bit more and find out more about how you can use her services, go to her website, martatracy.com, for more details on her and what it takes to make it in Hollywood.